Before we start this quest, let's get some power armor. You can see that I'm able to get it by talking to Michael after first talking to the trainer in the larger room nearby, but it's not that simple. You need a karma of over 16, and you'll need to free a prisoner in the hub in Old Town. The prisoner is inside of the first house to the right in Old Town. He's guarded by 4 guys in the front room. You need to kill them all or make them run away by doing enough damage to them. Talk to the guy in the back room who is a member of the Brotherhood. He will send word back to them, and then you'll be given options of either a weapon or the armor as a reward, only if your karma is high enough. If it's not, scout the military base first, then check your karma after talking to the elder about what you saw. While in Old Town, we can find an old ghoul and hear his story. You'll see that his name is Harold, and he's in the back room.
Spare change, old friend, old pal? Can you help a poor mutant down on his luck? Oh, kind of you, friend. Very kind. You know, if I could clear the gunk out of there, you... Rest of the hubber's been picking on me like a bad booger since I came back to town. You're in the hub, right? People who live in the hub. Oh, hey, it's you again. Anything I can do for you? I don't believe this one, but... Oh, hey, it's you. Anything I can do for you? The whole thing? Well, after the Great War, my vault was one of the first to open. Phew, long time. All started with the sirens. I was young, but oh, I do remember that. A lot of terrible years followed, and I remember walking out of the vault late one morning. Well, I was a trader. Did pretty good making a circuit between survivors. Lost a lot of good people, though. Gangers got 'em. Scavengers attacking the caravans, and mutants, son of a dog, if they weren't springing up like rabbits with a mission. Had to have an army of guards with just to do a deal. Everywhere. Hell, seemed like you couldn't fart without hitting one. But mostly in the northwest. Needed to see what was there. Maybe stop whatever was churning them boogers out. We thought we were prepared. Were we wrong? We mounted an expedition. God, Richard Gray led a small group of us up there. Richard Gray was a doctor. A little older than me, and Fran was he smart. He found the source. Some sort of old military base. We lost a lot of folks getting in there. Because it was like someone went bargain shopping at Mutant Land. Phew, cheaper by the dozens. Can't figure any other reason except that being the factory. We got pretty far inside. Wasn't a lot of us left by then. Gray, me, and a couple of others. One of them robots got Francine. Mark was wounded. Sent him back to the surface. Then it was just me and Gray. We made it to some sort of central core, like a plant of some sort. That's when it happened. A robot crane crashed into us. Last I saw Gray, he was flying through the air and into some sort of acid bath. I was in bad shape and, well, I passed out. Didn't. Got killed. God, I love that joke. Well, I have no idea. Woke up in the wasteland, barely hanging on. Got lucky, and some traders I knew found me days later. Good thing, since I was already changing. They brought me here, and here I've been since. All I know is it was something inside that base. How the hell should I know? Gray would have known if anybody could. Anyway, that's how the deal went down. Well, thanks for letting me tell it.
We can also go visit the Better Gun Shop in the hub while we're here in Old Town. You can see that you'll find him just up the street, very close to where you enter Old Town. He has a great selection of weapons, and you're not going to find these at the other gun shop. This is a great place to sell things and to stock up. But if you need better, make sure that in the dialogue you ask him where you can get a little heavier of firepower. He'll send you to the gun runners. But it's time to get to the quest. It's time to head to the military base. Outside of this base, you will find 3 or 4 super mutants. It's a tough fight. Now, if you accepted the quest of the scouting, turned it in, then you will have a team of paladins that come with you to help kill the guys right outside the base. You can also, if you have a radio, use it to convince them that there is an attack happening and that they need to go a ways away. In either case, you must either get them to leave or you're going to have to kill them. Once you do, you will get a disc from one of the bodies. Now, once you get that disc, you have to equip it in your offhand and then use it by left-clicking on it. When you use it, you're going to find in your little green text on the bottom left there, it's going to tell you that you have seen a code that is scratched into it. You need that code in order to get through the door. Once you have it, you don't have to enter it. It just knows that you have it. And so you can then enter the military base. When you enter, you will be placed down the hallway and directly in front of mutants. Not a great thing, but if you can take them out quickly, you're going to do better than if you can't. Once you've killed them, you can move to your right. If you can use repair on the little thingy here, the force field emitter, once you get through, you can go to this computer. You're going to need to use the radio on the computer. The way you're going to do this is you're going to right click, then left click on the computer. Once you have connected your radio to the computer, you can then use repair on the computer. If you can get a successful repair, then what's going to happen is that now your radio is going to work as a bit of a force field getter-ridder. You can only get rid of the yellow force fields. You can't get rid of the red ones. But if you use the radio, you're going to be able to now turn off all the yellow force fields, which lets you get through the first level. Be careful where you're going, though. Now you're going to head back out the way you came. You're going to run into a brain here. You need to take it out. You need to take it out quickly, too. The longer you spend in combat, the more chance there is of the alarms being set off or of people coming, guards, super mutants to kill you. It's bad. Don't do it. Just take them out fast and easy. Here I'm using a plasma rifle. It helps me to make quick work of these guys. But don't get too cocky. Make sure you're saving game a lot, because one well placed crit and you'll be Ash like Ian. Remember Ian? Mm-hmm. Save game. We now head up, and we're going to need to go to the left. Why? Because there's computer banks here. Now, if you go over here, you can use one of these computers by using science. If your science is high enough, you'll be able to use it and you'll be able to get into the programs. You want to go ahead and set one of the functions, which I believe is your pest control, to large. Now, that may seem a little strange, but the super mutants are bigger than you, so they are large. And that's going to take a few of them out for you, which is really going to help you in the long run. You can see here it says terminate pest control. It has all these different programs it's running. When you try and terminate one of them, it's going to say it can't, but it's going to let you modify them. And that's when you're going to be able to adjust the parameters to large on pests. Once you've got that, you're good. Just get out of the computer. Go out the way you came into the room and go around the long way. That way you don't end up aggroing all the super mutants. Then you're going to want to go left. Left, you'll see another brain. And you're going to have to take him out. But if you do it quickly, no one's going to notice. At this point, you have to go through a red force field. It's going to do damage to you. There's no way around that. You're going to have to just walk through and take the damage. Once you are through the elevator, or through the red force field and at the elevator, heal up and then go and use the elevator. You don't need anything special to use it. And I suggest saving game again. Why? Because you could be dead in 5 minutes. You don't know. Once you've got that done, get in the elevator and take it down. You're going to have two options, level 2 or level 3. Work your way through the floor and around. In this way, try to make sure that you are fighting as few super mutants as possible. Work your way around. I killed this guy just because he's a super mutant and he's there. I guess maybe I didn't have to. I'm not sure. I don't know why I wouldn't want to kill a super mutant, but when you talk to the human girl inside of the room here, she's mad because it was her husband or boyfriend apparently. It's just not good. Anyway, save your game, whether you kill him or try and talk to him, and I don't know if you'll end up having to kill him, to be quite honest. But after that, time to move on. Sorry, chick. Tough luck. After this, you can move on and head for the next elevator. Using this elevator, you can go to floor 4. I didn't bother with floor 2, personally. I just went straight from 3 to 4. Why? Because the less mutants you have to fight, the better. On floor 4, you're gonna have to fight a group of mutants. There's no way around it, because you need to get to the control room, and in order to get to the control room, you're gonna have to get by all the mutants. You can see here that there are a lot of different rooms, but you don't actually need all of them. Really, you only need a couple. What I did was I used sneak to get as close to them as I could. And the reason is you need that robot. That's why. That robot is going to save you some damage and trouble. Once you have killed these guards, you can go in the room. You can use repair until you get a successful repair on the robot, and then you can use science afterwards. Once you do that, tell it to complete the task that it says is incomplete, which is cleaning. Tell it to go ahead and do that. Give it a minute, and it will. It's going to go up the hallway, and it's going to go right into that red force field that it doesn't know is on. When it does that, it breaks the force field emitter and itself. With the emitter down, you can just walk right through. Open up the door and go into the control room. These purple robes are going to look familiar if you visited the cathedral. If you haven't yet, that's okay. You will, and you'll see people with these purple robes, and then you'll understand the connection. You're going to have to find a computer that is not marked as a Mark IV. It has to be the control computer. You need to use steel, and you need to use steel to go ahead and steal a card off of one of these purple robed guys. Not all of them have a card though, so you're going to have to steal it. Once you've done so, you can use it on the computer. When you use the control computer, keep this in mind. It's going to be very important. Choose the fourth or fifth option. Do not choose any other option or you won't have enough time to make it out. Once you've done that, head out as fast as you can without hopefully getting in too many fights. Any time wasted here is going to end up with you blowing up. Once you leave, head directly out of the building and then head directly for the grid, the exit grid. Once you exit, that's when you will get this cut screen. Pretty cool, right? You have now completed the military base. If you've already done the cathedral, it's game over. You're done. You finished the game. If not, still gotta do the cathedral. And for myself, I also want to do the Death Claw Nest, and I want to do killing all the guards, the bad guards that we found. Remember them in Adytum? Yeah, so I want to do both of those before I finish the game by doing the cathedral. But we're done for today, and I'm so happy you joined me. I hope, if you're playing, that this is helpful and helps you get through. It's a little bit of a complicated quest. Hope you got your power armor. See you soon in the wasteland in the next video.